For assignment 2, question 1, I have created the star pattern. It consists of the 4 triangles in the center rectangle. The corner vertices of the rectangle as well as the 2 base vertices of the triangles are colored yellow, while the tips of the triangles are red, green, blue, magenta, and so it forms the expected. And you can see in the code where the corner vertices are yellow and this rectangle is yellow while the tips are red. For question 2, it's pretty much the same thing, only except the stars are each triangle and square are the same color. So each vertice matches. Here's the square, 1 triangle, 2 triangles, and 3 and 4. Okay, and for question 3, I made the changes to the structure to swap the order. And I adjusted the simple vertices array to match. It stopped working because we had to readjust the input layout, and I have gone ahead and done that, and the result was as expected. Okay, now for question 4, I have made the changes to the structures and added the color constant buffer definition to the header or declaration. And in the app, I've made the changes to the star pattern to, instead of passing the actual color value, it passes the color number matching the structure. And you can see where I've added in the setting the constant buffer with the update sub-resource as was listed. And I, of course, had to make similar changes to the shader. So I changed the constant buffer to be an array of 2 floats representing the colors, and changed the vertex data to match what was in the C code, C++ code, to just the integer. And down in the pixel shader, basically all I do is use that integer from the vertex data as an offset into the colors buffer. And let's see what else. And I also had to change the layout, the input layout again, to the 32-bit signed integer. Simple enough. And I also, similar to what was in the slides, on the on mouse down, I added it to change the color. So the end result is this. And when you click, it just inverts the colors, just that one time. Nothing special. And so for the further work, the difference between a shader constant and a constant buffer. A shader constant is a value used by the shader, maybe such as a world matrix or something, while a constant buffer is a way to group shader constants in a way that can be efficiently updated by grouping the shader constant. 2, where we're trying to add the white frame. I think the reason that it is not coming out as expected is because once the pixels exceed the triangle face, the shader is clipping them or just not displaying them. If you play with the math a little bit, you can see how if you decrease the radius of the circle, how it'll fit all the way in up until the edges of the circle, or up until the edges of the triangle. I'm thinking that since that would exceed the bounds of the triangle, the pixel shader has no way to know that it should render those, I guess.